Hello everyone, welcome to Hero Queen for your daily reactions to all things K-pop. Okay, right now I'm trying to do like a new little segment. I'm trying to spice up the channel. Okay, trying to have a more diverse channel and talk about different things. Okay, so I thought it might be cool if I do a little drama section for my channel because I just started watching dramas before I even got into K-pop. Like I was watching dramas and the variety shows a few months before I got into the music. So this is really like the beginning of it all for me, right? Okay, so I thought maybe once a week I could like spend, I don't want to give a time frame, but maybe like 15 minutes talking about, the different dramas that I'm watching and what's hot right now and what was hot before. So maybe I'll talk about stuff that I've watched like years ago, like maybe even the first drama I ever saw, which is Boys Before Flowers. Or I'll do what I'm doing today, which is with the latest drama I watched, which is Abyss. So right now we're about to do some drama shop talk, okay? Gather around, get a drink, get some food, whatever, and let's talk about Abyss. Now, if you haven't seen it, I guess you can leave or you can stay and figure out my thoughts on it and figure out if you actually want to watch it. So let me give you a little like abstract of what Abyss is about, a little description of what I would say the drama is about. It follows Go Se-yeon and Taemin. They are our leads. Go Se-yeon is this beautiful prosecutor known throughout for her beauty and her wits or whatever. Okay, right? And she has been solving these murders, these string of murders done by this one person pretty much, right? And she's pretty much got it all figured out. And she's been stacking up, the evidence and is ready to go through with it when she gets murdered by the murderer she's been following, right? Taemin is her best friend that she's known for 20 years, and he's just like, they describe him, these are their words, okay? They describe him as a fat and ugly man. Very humble, but like, just not good looking. And he's been in love with Go Se-yeon the whole time that they've known each other, right? So he is about to get married to this girl that Go Se-yeon sets him up with, but suddenly she disappears and is like, I want to call off the wedding, and he's heartbroken. And he tries to jump off of a building pretty much. And when he second guesses the whole thing and he tries to call Go Se-yeon and like get help or whatever, but then he gets struck by wind and ends up falling off of the building. Where he falls off, his soul is floating above him, and his soul looks like An Hyo-sub, who we get to see play Chaemin for the rest of the drama. He gets revived by the Abyss, which is why it's called the Abyss. It's this marble shit thing, right? That can revive people from when they die, but they get revived into what their soul looks like. So apparently Chaemin's soul is this beautiful, tall man, okay? And that's who he gets revived into. So back to Go Se-yeon. She has been murdered, right? And Chaemin, obviously heartbroken, distraught, brings her back to life through the Abyss. And she gets resurrected as a common person. Those are their words too. She looks very plain now, which I think is a disservice to Park Bo-young, but that is their description, okay? So you follow them throughout this entire drama, trying to solve who murdered her, who has been behind the murders. You get to see all the facts about that and the strings of murders that this murderer has committed. I was trying to find the tweet, but Zarya, aka Namjoon, and what is her? I don't want to get that wrong. Oh yeah, I'm right. It's Namjoon. I'll spell it out for y'all. But she saw me watching it, and I was like, I was losing my mind, and she was like, she pretty much summed it up. She said, I liked it, but at the same time, I was like, what is the point of all of this? I tried to find the exact tweet so I could like give what she exactly said, but what she pretty much said was this necessary? Did we have to go through all of this? And I was on maybe episode 7 when she tweeted that at me, and I was like, wow, this perfectly sums up my fucking opinion, and I'm only halfway through the drama. Was any of this necessary, okay? Listen, I tried to write down some notes. I was only when I was watching the last episode, though, so are they really, I don't know how much they'll help me. But, the first note on here, and my terrible handwriting, is, what the fuck? How dare you? Why? Let's talk about the pros, okay? First of all, this is a Park Bo-young drama. Right there, right off the bat, I shouldn't have to say anything more. I don't have to say anything more, okay? She is a queen when it comes to the dramas. I love that woman. I would watch anything she is in, and I do watch anything she is in. I'm thinking maybe I'll talk about A Strong Woman Do Bong Soon next, because now that's a fucking drama. You need to watch that one right now, okay? But anyway, back to this. She is such a phenomenal actress. I mean, not only is she capable of emoting so well herself, getting us to believe her character, but she's also really just great with other actors. The chemistry and the bonds that she builds between each of her partners in her dramas is believable as well. The whole drama was filled with talented actors. That's not what my problem is. The acting was not the problem. And trust me, it can be. But it was not this time, okay? Like I said, it's Park Bo Young, okay? She and An Hyo Sub had some really great chemistry together. Their scenes together were cute. So even sometimes when I was hating on the drama, I was like, shit, this is cute. Let me, like, keep watching to see what happens between them, right? Who else was in this drama? I have the list right here. Park Bo Young, An Hyo Sub were our leads in it. Lee Si-yeon, I mean, he's phenomenal as well. I mean, I loved him in Answer Me 1994, which, I was about to say is my favorite one, but that's not true because it was 88. Even though we'll talk about that another time. Okay, he was great, right? Han So-yi was also really, I mean, everyone was really phenomenal in it, including our, like, main villain, Lee Sung-jae playing Oh Young-chul. I mean, cameos with So Eun-gook and Jung So-min. I love Jung So-min, okay? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we had such a phenomenal cast. There's no question asked about it. The acting in this was great. The problem in it was the writing. It did not make any sense. The reason why it took me so long to watch is because after the first episode, I was like, what's going on? Which is not a good sign. And I am not like, I don't get confused, okay? Like, I understand things. Like, I like really complex dramas. I like complex TV shows and things. Like, I like taking my time to understand things. So when I watched that first episode, I was just like, I don't really understand what's going on. I don't know if I want to continue. I'm not really feeling it. That's not a good sign. It was so chaotic. So much was happening. And Abyss is like this little marble thing that can revive people, but you get revived as your soul. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you look different, but you can, which does confusing in itself. I don't know why you would go back and forth depending on whether your looks have changed according to your soul or your soul looks like you. That was a confusing sentence. Trust me, it was confusing to watch, okay? But anyway, that was the whole premise, and you kind of saw that happen with two people in the first episode, with our leads. As you keep watching, things keep going on, and in episode 2, another character, well, he died in the first episode, but he dies, right? And he changes his face, he becomes his soul. And so he's the murderer, he's like the whole villain of the show. But the problem is that you don't know this in the first episode. They don't tell you that this old man that you're seeing going around murdering people is the same person that they're trying to catch in the first episode. So I was watching that like, oh, Seoul got a fucking murdering problem. Motherfuckers out here, old, young, y'all are getting sniped out here. This is an issue. Then once I realized that the old person had been revived by the Abyss from this like middle-aged doctor, I was like, oh, okay. And I'm not gonna lie, it did pique my interest. I was like, okay, now that I understand what's happening, I want to watch more. So I kept watching. Then it stalled again at episode like 5, like 4 or 5. I was like, I can't do this. I don't like this. Why does this keep happening? And I was because I was watching the characters just make such dumb decisions. Now, don't get me wrong. I know a drama, okay? I know how these things are supposed to be written. I know you're like following people. They're not gonna agree with everything they're doing. But I didn't agree with anything that anyone was doing. I was watching these people talk and I was like, no, see, if you actually just did something else, you would save yourself all this wahala. Like, it was just like you are purposely doing these things just to trouble yourself, just to be fucking annoying, I guess. Whole time I would scream, this bitch is so fucking dumb, or this bitch is dumb, or why would you do that, or stop being dumb, right? And so I stopped at episode 5 and I took a break and I was like, I can't do this. I don't even, like, I'm not, like, I can't. But I kept going because I wanted to see how the murder mystery ended. I was desperate to see like how everyone was gonna get caught, why certain people were helping other people, and what was going on in general. By the time you get to the end of the drama, you have been put through at least 20 different storylines with each character. You find out things about each character that makes the whole drama make sense in the end, but they should have revealed it sooner, because then you probably would have kept the viewers going. How do I even explain? I don't even know how to explain Oh Young-chul and So Ji-hyuk. the father and son murder duo. I don't know how to explain it because it's confusing to say out loud. Like, I literally just tried to piece it together in my mind, and I was like, wait, if I say this, then I have to say this, then I have to say that, but then how does that make sense? Basically, Oh Young-chul, who is, again, our villain, the one we're trying to get this whole time, who kills Park Bo-young's character, Go Se-yeon, but back when she was, when she looked like someone else, okay, kills her and has killed a bunch of other people, and they're trying to catch him and all this stuff, right? And like I said, they didn't tell us any of this stuff until maybe the end of the second episode, so it didn't really make sense until then, right? So apparently his son, Seo-jiok, who is the lead prosecutor in all of this, has been helping his father with these murders. Only problem is that nobody knows that they're father and son because just because what, right? But then also because when he was a kid, Seo-jiok had helped someone cover up a murder and became this new person's son. Apparently, Oh Young-chul was cool with it. He literally said to this young boy, he was like, so you want to become someone else's son? Okay, I see that gleam in your eye. You are my son. Go right ahead. And so that's how he became this huge, you know, super famous judge's son and lived as his son's, like, new life, new person. And it's just, you're watching, you don't find this out until, like, maybe episode 13. So the whole time you're watching all of this, like, why is he helping Oh Young-chul? I get that it's his father, but he was really abusive. He left on his own, clearly. You don't know how or why, but he did. So what is all of this? Why is he helping him? And then you see all of this shit go down where he helps the judge cover up this murder, and you know, Oh Young-chul's mad abusive, and he wants, like, so you watch all this happening, and you're like, oh, okay, I get it. But I wish I had gotten it sooner. So I think that's my number one complaint with this. I wish things had been revealed to us sooner. Let's go over some of the things I said in the last episode. I'm just thinking more about this drama and how much I would change so many different things. For example, Go Se-yeon, played by Park Bo-young, like, she used to be like this really pretty prosecutor, like really well known. Everybody loved her. She was so stunning or whatever. Then when she died and was revived, she became like, they literally called her common. Whereas the other male lead, Chamin, goes from like this really big and sort of, they call him ugly. Listen, these are their words. They call him really fat and ugly guy into this slim, tall, you know, good looking guy played by An Hyo-sub. And if you have seen his drama, I mean, this boy is very cute. There's no denying that An Hyo-sub is a very attractive looking man, okay? But Park Bo-young and him have been friends for like 20 plus years. They've known each other as kids, right? And she paid him dust pretty much their entire relationship. He was like so in love with her, and he would tell her constantly and like you know, flaunt her over her, and she'd just be like, huh. As if, like, literally, right? So the minute she becomes plain dub and like common and he becomes really handsome, suddenly it's like, oh my gosh, Chamin, whoa, what's going on, right? Like, she suddenly is like in love with this boy, and I'm like, okay, I get it, but this is shallow. Even though everything about this whole looks things has been shallow, this is just a little bit much, because they kept trying to play it off as if like she had really liked him throughout their relationship. Like, there were so many moments in their relationship where she was like, oh, I really like him, you know, I hope something goes with this. Oh, but you know what, I'm getting over him, so never mind. Like, they kept trying to like have this push and pull sort of vibe, and I was like, I don't believe you. I think you're a liar. I think you're lying to me. I don't believe that. Because if he hadn't have died and become An Hyo-sub, she would not try to date this man. You cannot convince me otherwise. I'm sorry, you can't do it. I don't believe it, okay? The last thing that really got on my fucking nerves was that the whole time this murder is going on, that this man is trying to kill them, that's obviously he figures out they're alive, that Go Se-yeon is alive, and all this shit, you know, whatever, right? That one of the victims that he killed is alive, right? They are like going on dates. They're having romantic moments at home. And I'm like, are y'all not worried about getting slashed? Like, this man could show up at any second and kill you. And guess what? He showed up at any second and tried to kill her again. So I think he successfully killed both of them 2 times. So they had to revive themselves again. But I'm just kind of like, y'all are mad chill for people that are like, wanted by a murderer. Like, I feel like there should have been more agency in that. Because, again, whole time they're making dumb decisions, and the only one that seems to be making, like, the proper decisions is Oh Young-chul, the murderer. He keeps getting everybody, has everyone mixed up until the end, seriously. And, like, he pretty much gets away with it all because in the end, he dies. So I'm like, this is not what I signed up for. I wanted a satisfying ending. Now, don't get me wrong, Seo gets it at the end and he goes to prison. Or, well, he gets the death sentence, right? But I was just like, this was so topsy-turvy, curvy-wurvy, all over the place. Like, this could have ended way longer ago. Like, this did not need 16 episodes. I probably only needed, like, 10 or 8. I mean, there was so much unnecessary stuff. Like Zaria said, was any of this shit necessary? And I say no. A lot of complaints about this, and I was trying to start with the positives, okay? But I cannot recommend this drama. I think you're going to get really frustrated if you continue watching it. Try to if you want to. It's very confusing. It's very, very, very confusing. Okay, so I don't recommend this, but if you guys liked it, make a case for it, honestly. I think it's a way too chaotic writing, and that's my only issue with it. But that's the biggest thing. If the writing isn't good enough, no acting, no cinematography, no soundtrack is really going to be able to save it, unfortunately. So, in my opinion, I couldn't get really through it. But again, if you really liked it, comment below. Tell me why. Tell us why we should watch it, in case anyone hasn't seen it yet. And yeah, I'll be back with another reaction. Bye, guys.